I grew up believing video is proof. Now a face can be generated, a voice cloned, an entire scene invented. And something inside me cracks. If an image can look truer than truth, what's left holding trust between us? People say, we'll detect deep fakes, but it feels like repairing the tool, not the wound. Trust itself is eroding. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to believe anymore, or how I'm supposed to live with this.
Before we go further, let me offer a picture, my allegory of the cave, because it names exactly what you're facing. Imagine people chained since childhood inside a cave, forced to stare at a wall. Behind them burns a fire. Between the fire and them, objects are carried back and forth. On the wall they see only shadows. For them, those shadows are reality, because it's all they've ever known. What you call deep fakes are shadows made flawless. They impose themselves as reality at scroll speed. The danger isn't only mistaking false for true, it's losing the reflex to look past appearances. And the deeper question is not, how do we catch every lie, but what do we become when truth no longer attracts us? The cave is not a place, it's a habit.
How do you search for what's true when what's fake arrives faster and hits harder? I see people scammed by cloned voices, humiliated by fabricated intimate videos, accused by manufactured footage. International partnerships are emerging. States, labs, and platforms trying to test and benchmark detection systems. I get it. Set benchmarks, reduce harm. But if we outsource truth to detection tools, aren't we just swapping one illusion for another? We'll move from I believe what I see to I believe what the tool approves.
You fear a second cave, a certified cave. That fear is justified. In a healthy city, guardians aren't machines. They are people trained to discern. Yet guardians can become tyrants if their power escapes oversight, transparency, and public debate. Tools can help, as a torch can light a wall, but if we mistake the torch for the sun, we remain trapped. The political question becomes, who controls the torch? Who decides what it illuminates, and to what ends?
What scares me is total doubt. We used to argue about opinions, but at least we shared a world. Now the shared world feels like it's splintering. Everyone has their own clip, their proof, their timeline. Even when it's fake, it still acts. People know because they feel. So I swing the other way. I stop believing anyone, and I wonder if mistrust is the deepfake's real victory.
You've found the core. Truth is not only information, it's a bond. When trust collapses, the city becomes a pile of isolated minds. But the answer is not universal suspicion, because suspicion can be another blindness. We must separate prudence, healthy caution toward images, from cynicism, refusing to seek common criteria. When a city no longer knows how to know, it becomes easy prey for the best storyteller.
Okay, but what common criteria exist in real life? People don't have time for a school of discernment. They scroll, they react. Platforms optimize emotion, not truth. In Europe, platforms are tightening age checks under regulatory pressure, almost like rebuilding barriers because the flow is too intense. I'm torn. I want free expression, but I also want a life where someone else can't manufacture me.
Freedom isn't the absence of limits, it's the right ordering of desire. A free city is not one where everything circulates, but one where souls aren't enslaved by what circulates. If platforms train citizens to hunger for outrage, fear, and envy, they train citizens to prefer flattering shadows. So the remedy isn't only technical, detect, or legal, ban. It is educational. Relearn to love what withstands investigation. That isn't elitism, it's survival.
Education takes time, but the harm is immediate. It's like information pollution. Even when I don't fully believe it, I'm affected by suspicion, fear, exhaustion. And I've got a more personal question. If my image can be imitated, do I still own myself? Before, someone could steal an object. Now someone can steal a presence. Me can exist without me. What does that do to identity?
Your fear is accurate. Imitation now attacks social being, not just speech. In my terms, an image is already a copy of a copy, far from what is. But when someone copies your face and voice, they strike what lets others recognize you, your place in the city. That's why we must defend a crucial principle, the right to authenticity, not as vanity, but as the ground of responsibility. If anyone can fabricate you, anyone can condemn you. Justice itself begins to float.
So, don't worship detection. Don't fall into cynicism. Rebuild shared criteria. Educate desire for truth. But tomorrow, when I see a shocking video, what do? I want a rule of life, not a dissertation.
Here's a discipline that's simple, but you have to stick with it. When an image hits you in the face, start by slowing down. Don't give it your assent on the first glance. Don't hand over your mind right away. Then follow the trail. Who posted it? In what context? At what moment? And most of all, who benefits? Look for independent, solid confirmations, or notice if everything is just the same echo. Choose the long tempo. What's true can survive being checked. What's false needs speed to stay alive. And above all, refuse to become a relay for the worst. If an image can ruin someone, treat it like a weapon. Verify before you pass it on. And remember this: leaving the cave isn't a heroic moment. It's a practice, every day.